So one of the most important steps in the home shopping process is for buyers to have an initial assessment of their ability to get a mortgage. So today we're going to talk about getting pre-qualified versus getting pre-approved right now. Hi, I'm Minta. I'm a realtor here in Fort Worth, Texas, where I help buyers and sellers find their way home every day. So as a buyer, already having a letter from a lender in hand means that you can move quickly when you find the home that you want. As a seller, having a buyer with that letter means that they're serious about buying your home and not just a tire kicker. So many are confused about the two most commonly used terms, pre-qualified and pre-approved. They are very different and they should not be used interchangeably. So here's what you need to know. With both a pre-qualification and a pre-approval, the prospective home buyer contacts a mortgage lender and they will have a conversation about how much home the buyer can afford. The difference between the two terms lies in the depth to which the lender has taken the buyer in this initial step. So with the pre-qualification, the conversation is an early assessment of creditworthiness of the buyer. The lender is going to ask questions about income, job history, debt and credit condition, other questions like that. There are no reports or statements being pulled at this point, but from this conversation, the lender can tell buyers how much home they should be able to afford. But you do need to remember, nothing is guaranteed until the full mortgage approval process is completed. So what is the value of having a pre-qualification conversation with the lender? Primarily, it helps save time and hassle if you have issues such as damaged credit or if you're self-employed. This will tell the lender that they are going to need more in-depth and specific documentation later in the buying process. So now let's talk about what it means to be pre-approved. Here, the lender is going to drill down, getting your permission to pull your credit, receive income verification, and looking at recent statements of your bank accounts and other assets. This process takes a little longer because the lender will be pulling reports and most likely requesting those from third parties. Based on these documentations, the lender can actually issue a letter of pre-approval for a mortgage up to a certain dollar amount. Most real estate agents consider this a firmer step toward buying a home. But even with pre-approved status, this still is not a final guarantee of a loan. So once a home is chosen and the property is under contract, the real work for full approval is going to begin. The lender is going to analyze all those same reports, but this time in much greater detail. They're going to send verification inquiries to your employers. They're going to actually look at bank statements for the last several months and possibly examine 2 years of tax returns. Your debt to income ratios are then going to be used to determine the monthly mortgage payment you qualify for based on your income, your housing expenses, and other financial obligations. The house is then going to be appraised to determine the appropriate loan-to-value ratio, or the maximum percent of the home value the lender will loan. Full approval is a much more fine-tuned process. Okay, so let's talk about staying approved. Once you are pre-approved, do not make any changes to your financial profile. Let me repeat that. Do not make any changes to your financial profile, at least without consulting your lender first. Any of the following changes could lead to the invalidation of your pre-approval letter at any time during the home purchase process. A change in employment, opening or closing of credit card or bank accounts, late payment of monthly bills or any other debt payments, purchasing a car or large ticket items with a loan such as furniture for your new home, a deposit or a withdrawal of any unusually large amount of money from your bank accounts. So we all know that sometimes one or more of these things can't be helped. But if you do find yourself in one of these situations, talk to your lender immediately and preferably before the change takes place. They can guide you through the steps to keep your home purchase on track. So I hope you found this information helpful. I'm ready to guide you through this process, so just reach out and I'd love to share more information on how I can help you find your way home. And be sure and subscribe below and click the bell so you'll be notified when new videos are posted each week.